You're under arrest. Both of you.
Is that a joke?
How do you feel about the finale? Because I was so heartbroken over the whole coup situation.
I was really mad by the finale. Obviously, I wanted Allie to be in power. But hey, I learned a lot from Allie.
Who do you think she should trust to help her out in this situation?
I mean, from the show, I'm trust no one. Maybe Grizz. I love Grizz. I feel like Grizz and her, they're gonna come up with something, he's still Team Allie, I feel like.
Why is she bleeding?
A lot happened while you were gone. You'll find out later.
What do you think is actually going through his mind?
In his heart of hearts, he kind of knows what's going on, and that'll be a point of conflict in the future.
I talked to Kathryn Newton earlier, and I said, who do you think Allie can trust to get her out of this situation? And she said, Grizz.
Oh yeah, for sure, we're homies.
So you're going to fight for Allie in a season 2?
Hell yeah, yes.
Yeah.
All hail. Khaleesi.
Hey! None of what they're saying is true! None of it!
You die alone, you survive together, and I think Will is very pragmatist, and then, Allie's a leader, Grizz is an explorer, he's very resourceful, and so all of them together need to measure their own strengths.
Yeah.
And then utilize each other as a team in order to survive, which is really just how the world works, right?
Do you think Helena has a plan to save Allie and Will?
She always has a plan. Helena always has a plan, yes.
So do you think Helena is still on the good side of things?
Yeah, I mean, what is the good side really? I think everyone's just acting impulsively and wants to save themselves, and that's kind of why it's so hot.
What's going on?
It's all right.
Luke, what's happening?
I feel like her relationship is obviously going to be very tested because Luke ultimately goes to the dark side.
Yeah.
How do you think the finale affects their relationship?
Right. Depending on if we go to season 2, they have a lot to work out because they leave on a very tough cliffhanger.
Why are they here?
Trust me.
Very disappointed in Luke.
Son of a bitch. He's a son of a bitch.
Why did he go along with the plan?
I think because, peer pressure a little bit with his friends. We don't know until we're in the situation, until we're in the room and we have a conversation, or we have a group of people that are, about to beat us up or possibly kill us, that we make a decision. So I feel bad for him, but it's bad move, Luke.
Where do you think the story goes into season 2? Is there hope that he can maybe undo what he's done?
He's in a tight spot. He's in a really, really tight spot. But I think that there's absolutely potential for redemption and for him to set things right and to make up for what he's done.
Would they promise you, Luke?
Do you think he feels bad for what he did to Allie and Will?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. But he's a kid, and I mean, even if he wasn't a kid, we make bad decisions sometimes as people, as complex people, yeah.
Do you want to hear the deal or not?
Campbell's really responsible for overthrowing Allie and putting this plan into motion. What do you make of these co-mayors and where things end?
My thing with Campbell was very much, if I'm able as Campbell to get all these people to do what I want them to do, and they're so easily manipulative, then they're kind of the same as me. It's like Campbell proving to himself that all these people actually have the same, evil inside them as Campbell does.
Do you think he feels bad at all?
Does Campbell feel bad? No. I think he's actually, by the end of it, he's having a pretty good time. I think the more chaos that's going on, the more Campbell feels like he's surrounded by, reflected back to himself from the way that he feels inside. So I think it's a win-win for Campbell.
Allie, what did you do to her?
Well, nothing. Yeah.
Do you think that Elle has a plan up her sleeve? Where do you think she stands?
Well, I think Elle's I guess she's kind of always had a plan up her sleeve to a degree.
Sure.
If she gets pushed into a corner hard enough, she seems to try to plan a way out of it, even if it doesn't become successful straight away. I'll be interested to see what happens in the second season.
Have you talked to the writers at all?
A little bit. I'm imagining there'll be some kind of dip in power, and that Campbell will lose power eventually. Whether he regains it or what happens, I don't know, but I feel like that would be an interesting place to go.
Who cares who's in charge? This is just a game.
I think it's going to be just very interesting going into season 2, what happens with all that stuff, with the power and...
Do you think that Harry feels bad at all for what he's done? Because him and Allie had a romance and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
To be honest, I think Harry is very distracted by the end of the series, so perhaps he's not thinking about too much about what kind of actions he's done. I don't think there's any regret involved. He came into this series with his dad just dying, and he had a whole life planned for him, and that all crumbled, and he's lost. He doesn't know what to do.
We are not a mob, all right? We still have rules here.
Was I accurate to think that she seemed unsure of herself when the coup came to be?
I think there are always a lot of things in question, but I think that Lexi always has something up her sleeve.
At the core, do you think that Lexi's a good person?
I think she's got a little bit of, good and bad in her. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Who do you think will make a better mayor, Lexi or Harry?
Don't tell Harry, but I might be, as a fan, I love Lexi, Team Lexi. I don't know, I kind of want to see what she does. Like, as a viewer, I want to see what kind of chaos she causes, you know? But it would be funny to watch Harry fail.
Listen to me. Everything stays the same. I think that each of them has potential to be great.
Yeah. Do you think in a season 2, Allie could return to power? Is there a way?
I feel like once you get a taste of power, like, don't you just want it? So I hope she does, but I don't know.